Namaste, ITV Gold viewers. My name is Lakshmi Singh, and I welcome you here this Thursday, and that's every Thursday, right on ITV Gold from 7:30 to 8 p.m. for your favorite astrology show, and that is Himali Spiritual Center. Himali ji, namaste.
Namaste, namaste, Lakshmi. How are you?
I'm doing well now that I'm with you. You know, every Thursday we get together and we talk to people. We let them call in and ask their favorite astrologer one question. So guys, if you are watching and you do want to call in, because I know sometimes the lines are busy, remember the number here at the office is 718-784-8555, and that's extension 108. Or you can contact Himali Spiritual Center, which is located at 131-14 101 Avenue in South Richmond Hill. And the phone number there is 718-887-2929. Himali ji, you know, the past couple of weeks we've been talking about death and accidents. And, you know, today I want to talk to you a little bit about supernatural energies. And, you know, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, when I use the term supernatural energy, what does that mean to you?
To me, it means several things. It could be, like as people say supernatural, those who doesn't believe in Bhagwan. They will say, oh, supernatural energies, is there that? Or supernatural is also, there are energies, there are Shaktis are there, but we cannot see it. But they are there all the time around us. And is there angels? Is there spirits? Yes, there are.
Should people believe in supernatural energies?
Yes, definitely. They do exist, and they should believe in it, yes.
You know, of course, we all believe in God. We all believe in good. Some people believe in bad and in evil. But like I said, the past couple of weeks, we have talked about some deaths. We've been seeing a lot of young people passing away. Give me 1 second. Thank you for calling Himali Spiritual. Please state your name and your date of birth, please.
Hi, is this Lakshmi?
This is Lakshmi.
Hi, Lakshmi. Namaste. This is Paige from Florida. How are you?
Namaste, Tej. How are you?
I'm good. Is my Guruji there?
She is.
Hi, Tej. How are you?
Guruji. Namaste.
Namaste, namaste. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Everybody's
Both
good.
of you look very beautiful on the show.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
So I was listening. I tune into the show every week, and I know, Lakshmi, you just brought up the whole car accident situation, right?
We were talking about accidents, yes.
Yeah, so let me tell you what happened. So when I first moved from New York to Florida, I got into this accident that nearly cost me my life. It was very, very awful. And because I got in touch with Guruji maybe 13 years after that accident, and after getting in touch with Guruji is when my life literally started turning around. You know what I mean? It was like a whole spiritual thing. It was a negative energy thing, and Guruji was able to get me back on track. And after being away from life, maybe for 13 years, I went to law school. I graduated with honors, and now I oversee a major court program for an entire circuit. So the reason why I'm calling is because I think I'm so blessed that I have to share this experience with all of the viewers, because the healing process is so real. You know, you can't see it. Like we were just talking about supernatural. This is not something that you can see. You 100% can only feel it from your bottom of your toes all the way to your heart, and then all the way to your head. It's an amazing experience.
Tej, let me ask you, what was the first change that you saw in yourself when you started going to Guruji, Himali ji?
It was patience. And so there was a lot of insecurity. So between learning patience and finding confidence and security and trusting, and just trusting yourself and trusting the energy, right? Trusting the positivity of everything. That's the first change. It was immediate. Immediately after, I didn't even meet Guruji yet. It was, our relationship was basically on the phone first. And then on that phone, I literally got promoted on my job within maybe a few weeks.
Wonderful. So
yep.
did you
so
have,
I had to share that with our viewers.
Did you have to do a lot of meditation, a lot of prayers? Can you share with some of our viewers?
Yes, the healing process is not overnight because it builds your energy, right? It builds your understanding, and it requires a lot of patience and a lot of discipline. It's like peeling away layers of an onion. And so when that happens, once it's peeled away, it's gone forever. And then you become this new person with new consciousness, with new awareness. It takes some time, but it's amazing.
Well, Tej, congratulations on your rebirth. And
Yes,
thank
that's
you
what I call
so
it.
much
Yes,
for
absolutely.
sharing your experience with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Tej, for calling in. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Himali Spiritual Center. Please say your name, your date of birth, and your question for Himali today.
Yeah, my name is Niranjan. My date of birth is 4/19/44. Oh, does she take all questions or personal questions?
You can ask one question today, any question that you have. Niranjan, what is
Okay.
your last name?
Mandavia?
And where were you born?
I was born in India.
What part
Does
of
it
India?
matter?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
It does. Where in India?
Oh, you're in India?
Where in India?
Where? Mumbai.
Mumbai. Okay.
So what would you like to ask?
What is your question today?
Okay. Paap kya hai? Punya kya hai? How do you define that?
बात तो वही है जो हम बात कर रहे हैं. And is that what you
Let me see.
और पुण्य तो है जो वो भगवान ही बता सकता है. हम सोचते हैं कि हम पुण्य कर रहे हैं, ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि पुण्य होते हैं. So if you translating it seriously, punya is something you do good. But I believe this is a question, this is a thing that my Guruji answered once. He said every time that the time that we think about Bhagwan is punya. So if we want to do punya every moment in our life, we should think about Bhagwan.
Related to this question, there's another question to this. I'm a Hindu, and people who eat non-vegetarian, वो क्या पाप कर रहे हैं हमारे हिसाब से?
I don't, as I can tell you as personally as myself, I don't feel like if they eat meat, fish, that is creating a sin. They are creating toxic energy for themselves in their body. But I believe people who are vegetarian and they do bad to other people, I believe that is wrong.
चांद तो ले रहे हैं.
Yeah, but you see, वो जो कर रहे हैं, if they're non-veg, now the जान ले रहे हैं नहीं, that is भगवान के साथ होते हैं. But as a good person, they are a good person or bad person, that you cannot define just because if they eat meat or fish. But should they be vegetarian? Yes, I'm vegetarian. And
that means
but we
their religion allows them.
But Ranjanji,
Hinduism does not allow it.
But
that
you
means
see,
their religion is.
Ranjanji, there are part of in India that the Brahmins, the Pandits, they are eating meat and they call it, like in the Calcutta, in Ashtami, they will give sacrifice fish to Mahakaliji. Now, if we go into that part, then it's very difficult to say what is right, what is wrong. But it doesn't make a person good or bad just because they eat meat or fish. It is themselves and their karma, that's what it creates. I understand what
Karma,
you're saying.
That is it.
Yes.
So they are not doing that. That means that was my point. I hope you would got to it, and you really got to it. You're very smart. You're very bright.
Karma, I hope so.
का फल तो भुगतना पड़ता है.
हाँ, वो कर्म है. That is, they'll have to go through that.
तो जो खाते हैं तो उसको भुगतना पड़ेगा.
हाँ.
बात सही है.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Good night. Namaste. So viewers, thank you so much for calling in right away. I know week after week, a lot of you guys have a tough time getting in. So once again, the number here is 718-784-8555, and that's extension 108. Himaliji, we were talking about like what Tej was saying, accidents. And, recently in our community, we're hearing a lot about untimely deaths. Just recently, there were 2 boys in New Jersey. I think it was 3 brothers, and they were in a car, and 2 of the brothers died. One brother made it, but I believe he's in not such a great condition. But you look at 3 young men, and 2 already lost their life. And let's take this call. Thank you for calling Himali Spiritual. Please say your name, your date of birth, and where you were born, please.
Johnny, 28, 1990, born in Guyana.
Indrani. And what's your date of birth, Bete?
11/28/1990, November 28, 1990.
1990?
Yes.
1990.
So November 20th?
November 28th, 1990?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Indrani, what's your last name?
Codrington.
And you were born in Guyana?
Well, do you want the last name before I got married? It's Mohan, Mohan.
Okay, Mohan. And
Where in Guyana, honey?
Berbice.
Berbice.
Calvin Berbice.
So what's your question, Bete?
And what is your question for
I'm
Himali?
experiencing a lot of difficulties in my marriage, and I just want to know if it's gonna last, or I just want to know like what's gonna happen, like if.
Okay, so what is your husband's first name and his date of birth?
His first name is Steve, and his date of birth is 10/28/1990.
October?
28th, 1990.
Yes.
And where is he from?
He's from Guyana.
What part?
Demerara.
When did you guys get married? How many years ago?
We got married in 2013, February
Do you
22nd, but that's just like signing papers virtually. We got married 2015 on October 10th.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something, Randy. The date of birth you gave, both of you guys do not match to be a good husband and wife. You realize he's very stubborn and he speaks out very blunt, and he's going to be very much in control of his family, like his mom, his dad, his brother, his sister.
Okay.
And you are a different person. You feel like you're married, then that is it. You guys will be together. Your sign, in other words, let's say you are a fire sign and he's a water sign. So you definitely astrologically don't make a match. And
Okay.
if this marriage is I believe there's kids involved. You guys have children?
Pardon me, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do you have children?
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do. Unfortunately, because you have kids, it's really hard to say, separate. I will advise you both to try to work it and try to adjust it with each other. Because if I just see it like that without you guys trying, like with spiritually and also with the medically, this marriage is not going to last. It's a very difficult, because you are going to have a lot of difficult time with him.
Okay,
Sorry,
question,
Becca.
like the things that I feel like towards him, because I feel like he's very dishonest, are those feelings like real? Like the things that I feel about him concerning like other
women? No, that's not real. But there is some unnatural thing is happening between you and him, like some unnatural force. That's what we are talking about: negative energy, supernatural, good energy, and bad energy. So there is some unnatural energy happening in your home right now, that you guys are irritated and fighting with each other. I feel somebody is doing things to separate you.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes, so you guys have to really get spiritual help and medical help, meaning get counseling, so that your marriage and you both could be happy together.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Indrani.
So
Thank you.
as we go back to, we'll get the
Take
call.
another call. Thank you for calling Himali Spiritual Center. Please state your name and your date of birth, please.
Yeah, hi. My name is Gaurav.
Gaurav. Gaurav, what's your last name?
Sorry, hello?
Hi, what is your last name, please?
Kulkarni?
Connie.
Gaurav, what is your date of birth?
October 22, 1990,
And where were you born?
in Pune, Maharashtra.
What's your question today for Himali ji?
I think the time of birth was 10 something p.m. in case you need that.
Okay. What would you like to ask me?
Actually, I am thinking about getting married, most likely arranged marriage, and I just wanted to know if you have any suggestions on that.
Okay, you are a very sensitive, emotional person, and if you realize, Gaurav, you work very, very hard, but your appreciation is very little. And if you make a little, you do really hard work, a little mistake, it becomes a big issue, correct?
Yes.
And you realize you're very good looking, but nobody understands you, and you get quickly bad eye. You can ask your mom. You're very good looking, and I'm surprised you're not married by now or engaged. But you definitely going to find somebody, and you will settle. But I will.
I was going to get married. Sorry to interrupt you. I was going to get married about a year and a half ago, but my family wants to match Kundli, and that created some complications, and that's why I'm here. But I'm just in the middle of kind of nowhere right now, and I would appreciate if you have any suggestion on how to proceed because of this.
Okay, so if they wanted you to do that, okay, do the matchmaking. But I feel like you should have. So I don't. Did you do the matchmaking with that girl before you everything broke up?
I did not, with her before the breakup, yes, but before getting into the relationship, no, because it was not really an arranged relationship.
Okay, it was a love.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Gaurav, what you do a matchmaking. But what I suggest you to do, start doing this, that every Sunday you do fast and you get up early morning and give, water to Suraj Bhagwan. If you can get out and do, offer watering every Sunday morning to Suraj Bhagwan, and if you can start doing the Gayatri mantra, and if you could wear a ruby stone, it will really help you. And I feel it's your marriage time now, and I feel next year before October 2020 you will be definitely engaged or in a marriage. So from now till your birthday October, I feel a very good time for your marriage. Okay, but start doing what I told you, so you will feel little peace and happiness inside of you.
Okay,
thank you.
I appreciate that. I will start that. Thank you for your time.
Okay, you're welcome. If you want to know more detail, you can call the center and I'll explain to you more.
I will definitely do that.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you so much
madam.
for your time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck, Gaurav. Okay, viewers, thank you so much for calling in. Again, the office number for Himali is 718-887-2929. So if you don't get us tonight at ITV Gold Studio, be sure to give her a call tomorrow morning at 718-887-2929. Himali ji, we were talking about supernatural energies. And specifically, we wanted to talk about the untimely deaths that have been happening. Like I said, there were 3 brothers in a car recently. 2 brothers were ejected, died. And now a mom has
This is why I always suggest parents, open up a book, get to know what is the, if they're in a bad time, if there's accidental things, because on your horoscope, in your kundli, in your book, when you open, it will tell you the period, difficult time. And don't just know it for yourself. Get your children to be involved and say, hey, this is a part of our culture. This is a part of, our religion. This is a knowledge. The person who's going to tell you is not God. People say, oh, is she God? No. Is he God? No. There is a guidance. Like you go to the doctor, they'll give an x-ray of your body and say, okay, this part is broken, this is wrong, this is right. So it's the same way when you give us your date of birth and you give us your time and place, we get your chart. So it's like an x-ray of yourself. So follow that. It is not something like I always tell people that I can guide you, but the decision maker is God himself, Bhagwan herself, Ma, herself, I cannot tell you, give you, I'm not your decision maker. I can only guide you and tell you and predict to a limited part too. So people need to know before, hey, does my kid have a bad grade? Does my kid going through a bad time? Because you realize, they do have, the young age, the young time, they're going to drive fast anyway. And they get into silly things. Do I give them vehicles? And like my son, had the Surya and Rahu together at the age of 19, 20. My Guruji particularly told me that 2 years you do not let him go far, or certain times he's not allowed to go out. It might sound superstitious, people will say, but hey, he's 26, 5 now and he's okay. So Guruji said he's out of his danger. It was just a little time you have to go through. There are some time in our horoscope is written that, hey, this is it, you're going to go. But there are times that we can do is, some puja, some dan punya, means some donation, and we will be able to overcome that period and we'll be okay.
Himali, I want to ask a very important question. Can you communicate with the deceased?
Yes, I have had people come to me, but yes.
Can people communicate with their lost loved ones through you?
Yes, but I wouldn't suggest them to.
Why?
Because sometimes they're in a place which is very beautiful where they have to be. Or they're in a place where they're not supposed to be, because that's through it's Bhagwan's like giving sentence or in time. So now when people come to me, I will simply pray an asma. Now if they're in a good place, they can travel back and forth, then yes, they will come. But if you're forcing someone to come from a place and then you can't send them back to that place, then it's very difficult for that soul, because now the soul is suffering here.
Is it okay to try to communicate with someone when they first die, like within the first 13 days? Is it okay?
It is okay. What you can do is you can ask. I always suggest people that you will dream them and ask your question. You sit and you pray and you will dream them, and they will tell you a lot of stuff and guide you. And a lot of people do. They dream. I don't suggest them, when they go to medias and have them come over, cross over and talk. Yes, it's great for the first 30 minutes. I have seen now that soul came from a really bad place, and now you called and that soul has traveled back with them home, and it makes it very difficult.
Okay. Thank you for calling Himali Spiritual. Please state your name and your date of birth, please.
Yes, this is for my daughter. I just want to know, she is a divorcee, and I wanted to see there's a boy she's going out with, if it's a good match. Her birth date is October 6, 1989, and the boy's birth date is April 1, 1983. Both are divorcee.
What is the boy's name?
Yeah, the girl's name is Divi.
And the boy's?
I don't want to give the boy's name right now.
Okay. And where was he born? Do you know?
Both are born in USA.
In where?
New York. New York.
Is the boy in the medical field?
No.
What does he do? Do you know?
Law.
He's in law.
He's in law. Did you say he's in law?
Yes.
Law.
It's going to be very little difficult. I need to see the picture because they both been divorced, I see, and they both went through difficulties in their life. And this is a very serious, because I feel the boy has some difficulties in his 7th house. So I will suggest you to really get the whole matchmaking done for them with his name, because you don't know the name, and the both pictures, because this is the second time going round, and when they should get married also. So astrologically they meet, but spiritually the feeling that I should get to say yes, I don't get that. So that you must see if there is any blocking in any one of them. So why I don't get a yes, I don't feel it. अंदर से जैसे एक आत्मा की आवाज़ नहीं आ रहा बहन कि इनकी शादी होना चाहिए, कोई दिक्कत है लड़के में, तो उसके लिए आपको क्लियरेंस कर कर फिर कराना चाहिए शादी. Did you hear me? Hello?
Okay, thank you.
You can call the office tomorrow, 718-887-2929, and give her the correct names
Sometimes,
privately.
sometimes the astrologically the numbers match, everything match, but when you look at the face, the auras are different. Like they're both energies, are two different energies, and those two energies shouldn't get together. There sometimes I see match, they don't match, but the energies is good, so we can get them married. So it's a very important that you, for that, especially if they've been in divorce, separation, it is important to get it thoroughly checked before you do.
Yeah, and it's important to know the full name, correct?
Yes,
right?
yes,
You
it
need
is.
the correct book name, as they call it.
Yes, it is. It's very important. Yes.
So we were wrapping up about if it's okay to talk to the deceased or not, if it's okay to allow them to cross over or not, and is it dangerous?
Yes, I don't, it is dangerous for the soul. Imagine your mother, father, or loved one or significant other is in a beautiful place with Bhagwan where he or she is supposed to be, and you are dragging them back here into this place where they don't want to be. So it is selfish. I tell people, please don't, because if they are naturally here and they haven't moved on, then is okay.
Then it's okay. Okay. Namaste. Thank you for calling Himali Spiritual. Please state your name and your date of birth, please.
Yes, my son's name is Gagandeep Singh. Date of birth is April 11th, 1974.
April 11th, 1974. Where was he born, Auntie?
He was born in India, beta, in Delhi.
Delhi. Okay, and what is your question for him today?
My question is for him, when he going to get married? He is almost 46 years old.
Of course. Every mom is calling here wanting to know that.
If you have any girl, let me know.
Okay.
I probably do, but you'll have to call the office, then I can give you some. Yes, a lot of people do say, what does your son do? क्या करता है ये गगनदीप?
बेटा ये तो पहले इसने तो बहुत कुछ किया हुआ है, बहुत पढ़ाई करी हुई है, पर इस टाइम अब रियल एस्टेट में है.
Real estate mein. Because he's very intelligent. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Hindi mein, I'll tell you in English and then also in Hindi. He hasn't been able to settle for, he's a very quiet person, very private person, your son. And he doesn't tell everything what is inside of him. Iska man ki baat nahi batayega jaldi. He's been trying to settle. He's very bright, very intelligent. That's why I asked, what does he do? Because he's supposed to go into engineering, and then that stopped. Then he wanted to do his own business, then stopped. Iski settlement mein hi problem hai. And if you can
settle to theek hai.
No, his settlement for his life to get married, there is a problem there, because the date of birth you gave me and the Prashan Kundli time, he's supposed to be married by now. So there is some unnatural settlement in his life problem. If you can call my center tomorrow, then I will tell you what he needs to do so that he can get married. And if I have anybody, I will suggest them to you. But he is a very good person. Your son is a very good. And I feel if you do a little bit of puja part, what I will tell you, he will definitely get married. Thank you.
Auntie, you have the number?
Yes, beta.
Okay, so give Himali ji a call tomorrow, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Find a nice girl for him.
Okay, I definitely will.
Beautiful like you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Auntie.
Thank you.
Okay, beta. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, viewers, thank you so much for calling in. Himali ji, it is 8 o'clock. It is that time to go. Every mom wants you, needs you. You should become the Indian matchmaker in New York. That is what I have to say.
Oh my God, Hariyam, people don't listen. You see, 90% of the time they already set up their mind who they want to get married to. So, sometimes you have to go through your karma too. Like you have to go through your destiny, you have to live through it.
Well, viewers, we will continue this conversation next week, Thursdays from 7:30 to 8 p.m. Once again, you can contact Himali ji at 718-887-2929. Namaste.